Hello, world. So, welcome to our June small business feature of the month. It's with Dr. Deborah Jenkins. So happy you could join us. How are you doing, Dr. Deborah?
I am wonderful. How are you, Beth?
I'm doing good. Yes.
Awesome.
So it's so exciting to feature you and your business for our June, the Big Black Book NYC featured entrepreneur of the month. And let's get right into it. So let's tell the world a little bit about you and your business.
Awesome. So thank you so much for having me being your featured business this month of June. My business is called the Sable Collective LLC. Um, what I do, I am a small boutique business consulting firm with my niche population or targeted audience being Black-owned small businesses, helping them to increase their bottom line, their revenue, and primarily doing projects together whereby we are all able to earn additional revenue.
Yes, it's a kind of almost like a co-op situation sometimes that you create, right? Because you're partnering together.
Absolutely. And you've attended one of my events like that. Absolutely. I believe in collective works and cooperative economics. And so I try to produce at least one event every year that allows each entrepreneur, business owner to increase his or her projected or expected anticipated revenue.
Yeah, I love it. It's so awesome. You
Thank
are
you.
helping others do business. It's so
I love that.
important. Yes. So what inspired you to do this, to start the Sable Collective, and where do you continue to draw your inspiration from?
Well, what inspired me, I've been in business for a very long time, in fact, since 2000. And I was helping unemployed people find employment, and also small businesses and small churches to seek out funding for their businesses. And so I did that for many years. And then I thought, let me synergize that into more opportunities to help others grow. So it's basically the same thing that I've been doing, but now I primarily work with Black small business owners.
So,
And mhm.
oh no, I'm sorry. Finish your thought.
And you were saying what inspires me. I am a huge reader, especially of all things doing with the Black community. And I've always been inspired by, and I'm so sorry about my notifications. I've always been inspired by um, um, writers like Dr. Amos Wilson, um, and others. But in particular, Dr. W.E.B. DuBois, because he always talked about this talented tenth. And while he wasn't the only one who spoke about it, I knew that those who had achieved a certain level, economically, socially, or what have you, spiritually even, had a duty to those who had not. And so this is what inspires me. It keeps me wanting to help my community, but also others. But the primary focus is on the Black community.
Yeah. So basically, you're like very strategic.
Yes.
Like you took what you had learned in general from helping people with their unemployment, and then like you're very strategic in how you then connected with other people. And it's true though, we have our responsibility. If
Yes.
we know how to make it and we see someone else struggling, that's just kind of rude.
Absolutely.
Not
Because yeah, we owe it to one another to make us all whole, where we can. We're not responsible for the wholeness of everyone, but
right.
the part that we can play, we have an obligation, like you said, to do so.
Yes, it's true because like services, I think I find and businesses they work together, right? So like
Yes.
there's like the the therapy aspect of it, right? Then there's the financial aspect of it. Then there's like the nutrition aspect. There's like so many different aspects, right? For a human to be
Absolutely.
successful. No, yeah, and we all have our expertise. So
Yeah.
awesome. I love it. So how you do have a lot going on because I know you're also an author
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and you have a ministry.
Absolutely. Lots of
Eh,
stuff.
There's a lot.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
how do you go about building in harmony like that lifestyle that you want? And I know rest is important to you, right? So how do you get all of that accomplished but still make an impact and build your business?
Wow. So back to using your word, the synergy, I realized that a lot of the things that I've been doing over the years, and I referred back to 2000, I didn't have this sense of strategy and synergy back then. I just knew that I had a skill and I wanted to transfer it to others. But now, as I get older, and even as I get tired doing so many things, I'm trying to ensure that everything I do has a synergistic energy, meaning that if I'm over here helping an entrepreneur, there needs to be a connection to the other things that I do. So I wouldn't, for instance, help someone publish their book without also giving them a vehicle through which they can sell it. Because once you write a book, that doesn't sell the book, right? And
Right.
so I have a weekly podcast that you may have seen on Facebook, Black Talk platform. So I'll bring an author who I've helped publish his or her book on to help promote their book. So everything has to work together for me. Otherwise, I will break down emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. You just get exhausted doing so much, and I'm learning that I have to know when to say no and when to
Mm,
stop.
yes, that no word.
Yeah,
It's important.
powerful word. It's important, and it's very powerful if we use it, if we use it.
Yes, absolutely. It's true. We have to know our limits. And I love how you're talking about like that connection, how it all has to work together.
Yeah, important, really important. I can tell you when my children were young and I was in ministry and busy going here and going there, I would take them with me most places. But now that my daughter's young, she's a teen, she's 17, and now I'm done raising my kids. I realize I still could have done it better if I had an if I'd understood the power of the word no. Then I wouldn't have taken them everywhere thinking that if I take them with me, I'm not neglecting them. But what I was doing was neglecting just our personal time together, and even time for myself in saying, no, I can't come to this event. So I certainly encourage everyone to use the word no a little bit more often.
It's one of my favorite words, actually.
Oh boy.
So, what do you feel is the biggest factor in your success as an entrepreneur?
Stick to itivism. For instance, like I said, when I first started way back in 2000, a part of the Personal Responsibility Act, or PRORA, or the Welfare Reform Act, right,
Mhm.
was these ITAs, or training vouchers. And so a part of my business at the time was, let's get people into these vouchers. And then all of a sudden, President Bush came in, George the second Bush.
Second one.
He he came in and he so basically eliminated them, and so a large part of my revenue generation was gone, like in a blink of an eye. So what I've had to do is restart many times, and there's nothing wrong with restarting. My business model is Mr. Earl Graves Sr., God rest his soul. He passed away a couple of years ago. But before he became successful with Black Enterprise magazine, he had done several other businesses. None were successful until he got to Black Enterprise. And we all know what a legacy he built in Black Enterprise. And so I just stick to it. I just don't give up. I've done baskets, Beth. I've done flowers, or all these type of things. But where I am now, I believe, is where God always wanted me to be. And now I see what he wants.
Yeah, it is a process, and I think that you're right, that hinders a lot of people. They're like, "Uh-oh, this didn't work." And I mean, even with me, right? You have to like go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. You
Yeah.
do. And it's nothing wrong with retooling and eliminating things, especially if that thing that's being eliminated was that thing that you really thought was the linchpin for all of this and would lead you to the success. Sometimes you have to throw some things off of the drawing board.
Yeah, it's true. Different times for, like there's different seasons for whatever is supposed to happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, what does the next level of success look like for you? You kind of mentioned that you feel like that's where you're headed and everything with like, being in a good place now.
Hmm. Hmm. I do. And again, the word synergy, I can't underuse it. I try to overuse it. Has to make sense. So where I'm going now is a huge expansion of the vision, but remaining in the whole cooperative economics, collective works vein. I am launching a television streaming service August 1st, and I'm just so excited about it. It will be under the banner still of the Sable Collective LLC. And again, like I just said, it's a spinoff of what I'm doing as a consultant and helping people with their businesses. But we are focused, it's called the Sable Network TV. And the focus is on promoting and presenting the best in Black experiences. There's so much media. Your work is media work. And we're both doing it, but most people don't think about what you and I do as media, but we do, right? We do media, and there are choices for us all to make. I want to present the larger Black community, as well as anyone else, with alternatives to what mainstream media presents to us on a daily basis. And I'm so excited. I'm really very excited.
This is exciting. How are you accepting applications for programming? Like, can people
Yes,
submit their ideas to you?
they can. And let me tell you, I spent the entire month of January of this year interviewing, doing Zoom conferences to see if people were really interested. And there's so many of us doing this type of work, but we don't have a platform to get it to a larger platform. And so I spent the entire month of January just trying to cultivate and curate content creators. And so we are in the process of launching. We're launching now, but we will be accepting new content creators. I'm really excited to help other people get their information across to a larger audience. And so we will be accepting new clients or content creators, I like to call them.
Awesome. Yes, this is so important because,
Yeah.
the current state of affairs in media leaves a lot to be desired.
It does. It really does. And it affects us. It really gets into our psyche. And so if you turn on like let's talk about the Discovery Plus channel. They have a lot of interesting content that they're bringing about that I like. I OD on investigation discovery. That may not be someone else's bag, but it is mine, But I really want people, when they see the Sable Network TV, to say, you know what, I can go over here and I can find great content that's not necessarily like what's currently out there. Or even if it is, there's a twist to it. And so I'm really excited, Beth. I'm so excited.
Awesome. I am excited for you too. I'm
Thank
looking forward to
you.
checking it out.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll let you know, of course.
Yes, please do. Um, so we also kind of talked about it a little bit in a previous question, but in your opinion, what is the secret sauce that many entrepreneurs miss for success?
The secret sauce that I believe many entrepreneurs miss for their success is collaboration.
Mm,
And collaborating even with people who do similar work as you. We have to stop seeing one another as competition and see each other as partners and allies to get to where we all are trying to get to. Again, that goes back to W.E.B. DuBois. We have a responsibility that we owe one another. And so while let's use you and I. We're both doing media work. There is a twist and a difference. It's very clear that we have diverging media work that we do, but you and I, we can collaborate easily, right?
Yeah.
But you are a good example of a collaborator. You use other photographers. You are a professional photographer who collaborates with other photographers, and it still has people like me coming back to you or others going to them. You don't see the other photographers as a threat. That is the secret sauce, to stop seeing one another as threats, but as allies who can help us get to where we want to go. You know, it's really something that more business owners have to lean into. You know,
I mean, the reality is if for any business, whether it's a coaching business, photography, whether it's media, there's hundreds, thousands of people in that same area. So it's crazy to like pretend like they don't exist.
exactly,
Right?
exactly.
Like it would be crazy to pretend like other photographers didn't exist in the world. So,
Right.
but we each have our own style, and
Mhm.
you know, everyone has whatever that unique thing is that draws someone eventually to like continue to work with them or whatever. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
true.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really wish people would sort of, say, Deborah's not my competition. We could probably do work together and we'd both be earning instead of one of us earning, So that's the secret sauce. That's the secret sauce.
I agree. That's a really, really awesome point. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
How can people get in touch with you, either to collaborate in terms of media, creating media for your new platform, or any of your other small business events? Because I know you will have something coming up. I know
it.
you had like I did a in-person pop-up, right?
Yes.
You did that shopping, and last year you did the virtual.
Yeah, and that was great. That was really, really successful. It was tiring because it was a little different because it was virtual, but it was really a major success. So how people can get in touch with me, I would love to give my email address because I'm very personal and hands-on, but it's such a long one. I don't know if they'll catch it. Should I give the email address or should I just direct them? Tell me.
Yeah, sure, give it. And then also in the comments when I post this on YouTube, I'll put it in.
Oh, okay.
Check it there too.
Okay, so I can give my website, the email address, and my Instagram handle. Is that okay? Is that too much? Okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
Too much.
Okay. So my Instagram, which is the shortest, is TSC LLC. At TSC LLC. My email address is CEO at the Sable Collective LLC.com. And the website for the Sable Collective LLC is the Sable Collective LLC.com.
I don't know why I'm writing this down, because I have this.
I know.
I have all of your info because you're listed in our directory.
I know, but you're an educator, and that's why you're writing it down.
Yes, I'm taking notes too. Conversation. I take notes on all the entrepreneurs that I interview because you guys are all amazing, and I want.
But you know what? You're pretty amazing too, because I know this is not easy what you do, and this is even more special than I believe many of us know. So kudos to you, Beth, for the work that you do. Kudos.
Thank you. It's an adventure. It's quite an adventure. It's been fun. So before we end for the day, do you have any last tips or pieces of advice you would like to share with entrepreneurs?
Just say that you, as an entrepreneur, you should just keep dreaming and keep tweaking even the dream. You know, how we'll have a recurring dream and
Mm,
it changes a little bit each time, but
mm,
the core aspects of that dream remain the same.
yeah.
Keep looking for those small changes, because once you get to the dream becoming a reality, it will be so much more than you ever initially dreamed. So don't stop dreaming, but don't be afraid to tweak it as you go.
Yes, that's true. Like revisions. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Rewrites, right?
Yes. Draft one, draft two. No.
Yes, yep.
Yeah. Like to have that metaphor. Yeah, that's a good way to break it down. So thank you so much. So
Thank you.
excited to share a little bit more about your business and what you do with the world. So I appreciate it.
I am so honored to be here with you, and I thank you as well and your audience. I appreciate you all.
Yes, thank you. All right. Have an amazing evening.
You too.
Thank you.